Continuing on with news, George Hotz. Hotz with a Z.
Who's that?
GeoHot.
Oh, okay.
The guy that hacked the PlayStation 3 and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He has settled. And how great is it? Like, you know, his name's out there as GeoHot.
Yeah.
And it turns out dude's name is George Hotz.
That's how they found him.
Yeah. Like, and when they first started saying the name George Hotz out there, I figured that was just like a funny joke.
Yeah.
That, like, he just came up with a real sounding name to, anyway.
It's like calling yourself Snide.
Kinda, yeah. He is settled with Sony.
What did he settle?
In the lawsuit.
Like
That they were trying to get him for hacking the system and putting all that information out there and violating the terms of service.
What does that involve when you settle with a large,
does
huge
he owe them
corporation
like $1
that?
billion?
No, he actually, all he has to do apparently is never circumvent security systems on anything ever again.
Anything.
That is what he agreed to. Not even just Sony products. Apparently it's
Why is
across
life
the
worth
board.
living?
I know.
I mean, really.
If he rips a DVD, he goes to jail. Basically.
We told you, George.
Yeah.
Man, but I owned it.
So, you know, that information is all already out there, and now there are other people that have picked up that ball and run with it. It's not like they're putting a genie back in a bottle and
So he's just
this
snickering.
horrible piracy thing went away. It's just that he gets to not live in South America.
So yeah, so you're saying like somebody in a Sony boardroom is like, well, now that that's done,
Right,
all right.
let's get back to the business of making games. Oh, wait.
How are you doing on that PlayStation 4? Because now that security's airtight, got that George guy.
I
under
heard there's a
wraps.
Kaza thing running around.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Give me Phil Kaza. I'm gonna settle this right now.
Jim Limewires.
Eddie Napster. We're on a roll. Let's take this. I don't understand what the RIAA had a problem with.
The cartel down.
They should probably hire that guy. He came up with some pretty good iPhone exploit stuff before the PlayStation 3 stuff. Like, he's...
Yeah, because Japan makes some pretty smart moves when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah. He's clearly has a knack for this sort of thing. So maybe he should be designing security systems for
Put
consoles.
on that white hat.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
So that's it.
That's it for that, I guess.
All
But
right.
you know, at least from him, I mean, you know, and with all that lawsuit stuff that Sony threw out there, a lot of the people who were also working in that area went further underground, like basically abandoned their Twitter accounts, abandoned all of their stuff, but continued to work. I don't know if this will change anything.
Only Carmen Sandiego knows.
Yeah, exactly. Like they've joined up with her cartel. There.
Found this glove in Paris.
Yeah.
The warrant. Yeah, I don't know. Like piracy is now an issue on the PlayStation 3 because of all this stuff, and that's probably not going to go away anytime soon.
I feel like I'm too old to care.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
know-
just happens. It's like pretty much like a constant. Like why are we all surprised? I mean, it just
Well, I
happens
wait for
every
a little
time.
bit, but then it always resurfaces. But I feel like I'm at an age now where, like, I don't know, I just buy the game. I don't know. I'm not downloading Where's files and
Yeah, it's like it's like there's a
feel bad.
point where you're a kid who has more time than money.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get into a lot of nefarious shit.
yeah.
And then you just become lazy.
Yeah, then you just become
Right,
lazy.
yeah. You know what's easier? I push this button, it charges my credit card, and I have the game.
Right,
I don't have
the
to worry
game.
about any viruses on my computer.
Yeah.
Or
And then you get real
yeah.
lazy and you're like, I have that game on my shelf, but I'm at the computer right now.
I can get it on Steam.
I could just get it on Steam and then have
Yeah.
to put the CD in. All right, fine. Just
Yeah.
this one time, though. I actually had to find... I found a no CD crack for Crisis, so I didn't have to get the CD off my shelf because I didn't have it on Steam. So I was like, so then I had to find this no CD crack because I was like, I don't want to be swapping out discs.
What
other
other
discs?
discs are you putting in your system?
I don't know. The disc, I have no idea.
the Giant Bomb CD ROM edition.
Right.
Yeah, that we've been working on.
But then I couldn't patch the game. I don't know, whatever. It was real. It was a dark point in the weekend.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Everything you just said is disgusting.
Yeah, well, I was gonna buy it again. Just be like, I'll just buy it.
That's
on
all.
Steam.
That is also disgusting.
Started out discussing when you said you were playing Crisis.
Nah, that's
Yeah.
good. Best looking game of 2011. 2011's 2007 Game of the Year. You heard it here
No,
first.
best graphics of the year. Let's not give that game that much credit.
So yeah, I don't know the piracy stuff.
I think that part of this, like Sony's reaction, always seemed a little crazy to me because like just trying to sue people that released the information seemed like a really dumb approach because the information was already out there. But at the same time, if you look at what they did with the PSP, which was jack fucking shit,
Just kill a
Yeah.
So do you think when like a hacker gets caught or something, like he should have to do some sort of like indentured servitude, at least towards the company, like somehow?
Kinda. I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Like, it just seems like he gets off like a little bit easy. It's like, yeah, don't do it again.
Well,
you
that
know?
for sure.
Well, like
Yeah.
the alternative is you have him come in there and work as an indentured
Yeah.
servant, and then fill all your code full of backdoors for his friends.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I guess that's true too. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could never really have something like that. But I don't
Just
know.
have him do QA. Like,
oh god.
Yeah.
exactly.
But they had to kind of come out and show to retailers, and they had to show to all the third-party licensees and stuff that they were going to take a harder stance on the PS3 than they did on PSP, because it's like you talk to a lot of developers about PSP, and they say like, we can't make money on this platform because piracy is so bad. So it seemed like from the beginning, as soon as Sony started to react to this stuff, it seemed like that was the real goal, was to put on a big show and say, we're not taking this lying down.
Right.
But it doesn't, as far as I can tell, it doesn't change a damn thing.
Do you think this will all change when a lot of this stuff becomes, like Steam, where it's a purchased through some sort of storefront?
I think that'll go a long way, and that'll kill the used game problem.
Mm-hmm.
They could get around it by just serializing everything if they wanted to. Just put a serial number with every single game. The catch there is that there's some significant percentage of people that own these consoles that still don't have them hooked up to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the people that would never be able to use a Steam-like system. So I don't think they're willing to cut those people off yet.
But they will by the next platform. They have to.
I would think so, yeah.
I mean, just to save
for
costs.
security, save costs and security and all that stuff. But, it's like, well, what do you think? I mean, here we are. We run websites, and there's people talking in different parts of the world trying to meter access and tier out stuff and, make, all this Netflix traffic and all this torrent traffic and all this stuff. Like, the internet is getting ridiculous bandwidth-wise.
It's getting crowded.
Yeah.
But
We got to start kicking people off.
But that's normal. I mean, that's like any tech adoption. It's like, oh man, it's all happening. So
Pool's closed.
yeah, it's just it'll restructure itself. The only thing that'll change is people just have to pay more for their internet. But that'll be okay because you'll be dropping it out of like, look at me, like I'm paying, for as high quality internet as I can get at home. Right, so I'm paying $100 at home
Just for the internet.
just for the internet. Yeah. But I'm not paying anything for cable because why the fuck would I need cable right now?
Right.
Like sports, that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to watch an NFL game every once in a while. I'll go to a bar. Like I'm just saying it balances out. Like
right.
if you're going to pay all this kind of stuff, it sucks that people do all this kind of stuff.
See, I feel the other way. If I need to I'll watch a sports game at home, but if I need to download porn or something like that, I'll go to a bar.
Yeah.
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 That's
Watch
what
it.
the Touchmaster's for.
Yeah. Of course.
That's why I bought that Touchmaster and just put it in our bar.
Yeah.
What?
What?
I think.
Why are your hands sticky?
I think next generation they will still have the same security problems they have now. That's my prediction. Security.
Yeah, I mean,
if you make something
games
so
being
it's
available
bad.
on Steam does not make them immune to piracy. It just means that the process is different.
I feel like as long as people are making games, humans are making games, other humans will want to crack that security.
There will always be people that have more time than money.
Yeah, and just try and people get a kick out of it.
Yeah, there's definitely that aspect of it.
I broke it. I did it.
I still get a sick thrill every time I re-jailbreak my iPhone, which I did last night.
That's just because the iPhone, they just break that thing on purpose.
I felt so silly when I do that with my Kindle. Like, this is the dumbest thing in the world. Like, I can't change the goddamn wallpaper.
Yeah, I only do it because I want to change the text message tones. And it's just like, why this?
Silly.
Why am I doing this? Stupid.
No CD cracks.
No CD cracks.
That's the future.
There you go. That's the future.